but you're making a distinction between non-bank lenders and banks. Is that right? That have emerged over the last 10 years. And the distinction is that banks are much more healthy than they were last time, clearly. Right. But the non-bank lenders that have entered the market are ill-equipped. Is that right? Is that what you're looking at, basically?
So yes, on a macro level, yes, but what it requires is looking at a micro level. And when I'm talking about banks, I'm really talking about domestic banks, your big household names. Included in that group of tourist lenders or new entrants into the marketplace, there's certainly some banks in there, mostly out of Asia or Europe, that came into the space in a big way. The one big non-performing loan that we bought in 2019 was from United Overseas Bank, which is a Singapore-based bank. And in that capital stack, there was Chinese entities all up and down the capital stack outside of that senior loan. But what I'm really talking about on a micro level is in terms of there's good actors. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but when the government came out with the TALF and kind of buying corporate paper, they came up with this concept of fallen angels, which was good companies that were downgraded just because of the pandemic for no other reason whatsoever. So if you took a similar philosophy and applied that on a micro level to real estate, there's good borrowers, meaning, hey, they have great assets, they're good sponsors, they're good operators, hotel, retail, multifamily office. But there's a dislocation today purely because of the pandemic and no other reason. That's one bucket, and the path to recovery for them is a very different strategy where it's, hey, the lenders are going to work with them, or we're going to work with them if we inherit those senior loan positions, and kind of giving them the latitude and the runway to recover. Then there's another bucket where they were highly levered, highly structured deals to begin with that were probably already on the margin in 2018 or 2019, that this pandemic just kind of brought forth the reality of what was already going to be. And again, just that note that we bought in 2019 was on 125 Granite Street. Great sponsor, but highly structured capital stack where the actual developer and sponsor of the deal probably only had about 2.5 or 3% of the total equity in the deal. There was senior debt, there was subordinate debt, there was mezzanine debt, there was preferred equity, there was common equity, and then that common equity that was syndicated to a lot of folks as well. So in those highly structured deals where in a rising tide environment, those guys win and make a lot of money doing it, and they have. In any catalyst of a downturn, those guys are out of business. And we think that a lot of those people that already had pain, when I say out of business, out of that deal, their equity is worth zero. Their equity is probably already worth zero, and now it's moving up the trough in the capital stack where the pref equity is wholly or partially impaired, and then the mezz, and then you get to the senior loan. And we've done very well buying great senior loans at par, where there's a tremendous amount of equity left in the deal. We've also bought dozens and dozens of senior loans that were highly levered at significant discounts to get back to reality.